Hi, this is the training video for the Origin Milk Company, Origin A2 Guernsey Milk, and we're going to be talking today about demos and how to conduct a demo, what to say, what not to say, how to present Origin A2 Guernsey Milk to customers, and what it's all about. What makes Origin A2 Guernsey Milk unique? My name's Adrian. I am one of the founders of the Origin Milk Company, and we'll spend about 10 minutes or so going through some of the key points about Origin A2 Guernsey Milk. So what makes our milk unique? What makes it different? Origin A2 Guernsey Milk is the highest quality milk of any breed in the US, period. The way you determine quality of milk is by components, and that means fat, protein, vitamins, nutrients, omega-3, etc. And Origin A2 Guernsey milk has simply more of those components than any other milk. It has less water, more components, hence a higher quality milk. Origin milk is milk that harkens back to the way milk was before genetic modifications changed everything. With its rich and creamy flavor, its unique golden hue, and genetically similar to mother's milk, human milk, it's the original milk protein, and it's naturally filled with more vitamins, omega-3, calcium, protein, fat, etc. than any other milk. So the first component that makes Origin milk unique is its quality. It is the highest quality milk in the US. We want to consider 4 different components or buckets that you would talk to customers about that helps you to expand upon what makes Origin milk unique. What is it about Origin A2 Guernsey milk that really stands out? The first component is its original taste. Because it's a full-fat milk, unlike other milks that are 3.5% milk fat, our milk is 5 or more % milk fat, which is what milk should naturally be. And so this full-fat milk gives a rich and creamy mouthfeel, a really robust flavor, and that really makes it unique. It has the original taste of milk. It's what milk should taste like. Then Origin A2 Guernsey milk is also unique because of its original nutritional components. So it's more nutritious and it's superior in nutrition to other milk. It's 5% milk fat, as we mentioned, and that's the good fat for you, the naturally occurring fat components within the milk. It's got 12% more protein, 33% more vitamin D, 25% more vitamin A, 15% more calcium, 30% more cream, 3 times the omega-3 of any other milk. And so all of those components add to the unique nutritional composition of Origin A2 Guernsey milk. It's unlike any other milk when we're talking about nutrition. And then we talk about genetics. Origin milk is a milk that has the original A2 genetics. It has the A2 milk protein. That is, as we mentioned earlier, the same as human milk. So the story is this: all mammals, including humans, cows, goats, horses, whatever is a mammal, produces milk naturally with something called the A2 milk protein. What happened is when we started genetically modifying cows, their milk then was modified, and there was a genetic mutation that happened to turn the milk from the natural A2 milk protein to the A1 milk protein, and hence 96-97% of all the milk in the world today has the A1 protein in it. The A1 protein was not made for humans to consume and to be able to digest, and so it causes issues that people associate with lactose intolerance or dairy allergies. And in fact, those people, many of them, do not have a lactose or dairy issue, but they have an A1 protein issue. Therefore, 60 to 80% of people who have real symptoms of lactose intolerance and dairy allergy can drink Origin A2 Guernsey milk with no problem whatsoever. Again, not because of anything we've added to it or taken away from our milk, but because it simply has that natural A2 milk protein, which sets it apart and gives us as humans a more natural digestion when we drink this milk. It's the closest we have to mother's milk. It is the original milk protein, and it therefore allows people who otherwise have issues in processing or digesting milk not to have those issues. And lastly, the last fourth thing that makes Origin A2 Guernsey milk unique is its color. It's got this golden Guernsey hue. And if you compare it with other milks on the grocery store shelves, you take a half gallon of Origin milk and put it next to, say, a glass bottle of someone else's milk, you will see that it is 3, 4, 5, 6 shades darker than other milk, giving it this wonderful golden hue, this golden color that is the true color of milk. It's what all milk should be. In fact, the more white in color that a milk is, the lower the quality, the more that it's been watered down. And so what is unique about Origin A2 Guernsey milk is that these cows produce less, the Guernsey cows produce less milk, roughly 3 gallons of milk per day, compared to 10 or 15 gallons of milk for your typical black and white production dairy cows. So Guernsey cows produce only 3 gallons of milk per day, but it's a more rich and wholesome milk. There's less milk, but a higher quality milk, and you can see the quality of the milk, and you can see that it is rich in nutrients and in components by the fact that the color is different. It's got that rich golden color that is a demonstration of the beta carotene, the vitamins, the fat that are in it, and all those things are good and beneficial for us. What we could also add, perhaps as a fifth leg to that, is the unique processing. So Origin A2 Guernsey milk is only low heat vat pasteurized. And what low heat vat pasteurized means is that the milk is put into a vat, a cylindrical shaped stainless steel container, if you will. It holds anywhere from 100 gallons to 500 gallons. The milk is poured into this container. There is a small two small hands that mix the milk gently, and then the milk is slowly heated to 144 degrees and held there for 30 minutes. And then it is then cooled down for an additional 30 minutes. And this is the most gentle and minimal processing that can be done to make milk legally sold as low heat vat pasteurized milk. And this kills the bacteria that could do us the most harm, while at the same time leaving intact all the nutritional components and all the healthy or good bacteria that we need for a healthy microbiome and for healthy digestion. So low heat vat pasteurization is 144 degrees for 30 minutes, gently, slowly heating the milk, not killing all of the really good bacteria and the good nutritional components, leaving those intact and leaving the taste intact as well. So low heat vat pasteurization gives us really great flavor and tasting milk, as well as maintains the integrity of the nutritional components. Our milk, Origin A2 Guernsey milk, is sourced from several small family farms in the Lancaster, Pennsylvania area. We are fully dedicated to organic principles plus, and so there are certainly no growth hormones given to our Guernsey cows ever, no antibiotics, no chemical spraying. The cows are grass pastured, not just grass fed. They're allowed to pasture around 8 months out of the year, given the availability of pastures and the weather and the climate. And if they're not pasturing, they're given a ration of anywhere from 5 to 20% of non-GMO feed. That includes all kinds of grasses and wheats and different nutritional components that they need in order to create a rich and creamy, healthy milk. Our milk, Origin A2 Guernsey milk, because of a wonderful and very unique diet, the cows create, again, a high quality milk that is not fortified by vitamins A or D or any other additional things. And so overall, just to recap, as you're having conversations with consumers, Origin A2 Guernsey milk is the highest quality milk, period, because this breed of cows gives us this quality of milk. No other breed can match the Guernsey breed in quality of milk, in nutritional components, in flavor, in genetics, and then we as a dairy go the extra step to make sure that we take care of the Guernsey cows in an organic way and above and beyond. And we also make sure to minimally process the milk so that we leave all the taste and the nutritional components in as natural form as possible. Now, if we move on from there, that's the general presentation of Origin A2 Guernsey milk and what makes it unique. And I'd like to take just a few minutes to go over a script perhaps, or some frequently asked questions, and to help you get an understanding of how to answer those questions. So we've gone over what makes Origin A2 Guernsey milk unique. It's this heritage breed of dairy cows. When we say this heritage breed, we mean a breed of cows that has not been genetically modified to become production cows. And even organic milk on the grocery store shelves, such as Horizon or Organic Value or others, they use these black and white Holstein cows, which produce a large amount of milk per day. But those cows have been genetically modified to become large production cows, to produce more milk, to eat more grains, to do things like that that are not natural. Hence, they produce this 10 to 15 and sometimes 18 gallons of milk per day, which is not natural. That's why the milk is fortified by vitamins A and D. That's why the milk is low in fat. That's why that milk is white. But a high quality milk like our Guernsey milk is very different because the cows have not been genetically modified. If someone were to ask you, what distinguishes our milk and why it's important, perhaps you can recap some of these things. Origin A2 Guernsey milk tastes different than today's watered down and overly processed white milk. Origin has a superior nutritional profile versus other milk, including organic milk. And Origin has the original milk protein, the A2 milk protein, unlike any other milk. And this is important because 60 to 80% of people who have trouble drinking milk and have real symptoms of lactose intolerance or dairy allergy when they drink other milk could drink this milk. 60 to 80% of those people who have trouble could drink our milk with no problem whatsoever. And that's, again, not because of anything we've done to the milk, anything we've added or taken away. It's not lactate, we didn't take the lactose out. It's simply because, genetically speaking, it's the same as the milk that we are supposed to drink as humans. What's really great is that all of this is evidenced in that golden color of the milk, is the fact that you can see that there is a difference. You can taste that there is a difference, and that can resonate with customers, especially if you grab that half gallon of your milk, of the Origin milk, and compare it to something else on the shelf and show them how, in fact, it looks different. If you get the question of how is this different from organic milk, you can start the conversation by saying, hey, organic milk is all about inputs. It's all about giving or not giving cows certain things, like not giving them genetically modified food, not spraying the fields, not giving them growth hormones, right? But the organic principles don't speak to the genetic modifications that have already been done to production dairy cows. So even cows that produce organic milk have been genetically modified at the breed level, and hence they have been they're not as they were in their natural form. They have bigger udders, their stomach compositions are different, and so they produce a milk that is of lower quality, and it's not milk in its original form, and that's why we called our company the Origin Milk Company, because it's milk as milk was originally when cows were first domesticated. And so when you compare to organic milk, you say that, hey, organic milk still comes from cows that have been genetically modified, whereas Origin A2 Guernsey milk comes from a breed of cows that has been left alone and has not been modified to become a production cow. And that's really the biggest difference. Everything for us comes back to this breed of cows. It's the last heritage breed of cows, and these cows, these Guernsey cows, of which there are only 9,000 left in America, they produce a milk that is simply tastes better, has better nutritional components, has a better genetic profile that allows us to drink it without having issues, looks different, and overall just is the best milk that we as human beings can drink if we're going to drink dairy milk. You may get asked questions about the A2 Milk Company. There's another company out there that is called the A2 Milk Company. They're an Australian-based $9 billion company. They're a huge publicly traded company that sells A2 milk. But there's a huge difference between what they do and what we do. They have simply come out and separated the roughly 10% of the black and white production Holstein cows that still have the A2 protein in them, that have not been genetically modified from the A2 to the A1 protein. They have bred these cows, and they have these two large farms in Nebraska and Kansas where they have 5,000 to 10,000 cows per farm, and they do indeed produce A2 milk. that is genetically the same as human milk, so that's the one thing that it has in common with Origin A2 Guernsey milk, but that's the only thing it has in common. In other words, this is white milk, this is 3% milk fat milk, it has to be fortified by vitamins A and D, it is not yellow or golden in color, it doesn't have a superior nutritional profile, it doesn't taste any better, it's just like regular milk, except for them, they bottle it and sell it essentially to people who are lactose intolerant or have a dairy allergy. The A2 Milk Company, is essentially like Lactaid, wanting to sell milk just to people who have issues drinking regular milk. Whereas the difference between that and what we do is Origin A2 Guernsey milk is the highest quality milk. From taste to nutritional components to genetics, it's the best milk for anyone to be drinking. It's not just for people who are lactose intolerant or have a dairy allergy. It's the best milk for everyone, the highest quality milk, and if you're gonna drink dairy milk, you might as well drink the highest quality. And so we say Origin A2 Guernsey milk is the milk for everyone, and oh, by the way, if you happen to have issues that are akin to lactose intolerance or dairy allergy, issues drinking milk, then Origin is probably good for you also. So the main difference is that the A2 Milk Company is milk that looks the same and has the same nutritional components and same taste as any other milk, but genetically it's different. And they're targeting a demographic that can't drink milk or has issues with processing milk, whereas we're saying Origin A2 Guernsey milk is milk for everyone. It is the highest quality milk, everyone should be drinking it, and oh, by the way, if you happen to be lactose intolerant or have a dairy allergy, it's good for you also. That's just in case you get the question to say, well, what's the difference between you guys and those guys? Also, the A2 Milk Company ultra-pasteurizes and homogenizes their milk. And what ultra-pasteurization and homogenization is essentially sterilization. So they sterilize their milk, meaning that they heat it under so much heat and with so much pressure that they kill any and all living or organic materials within that milk. That's why it then needs to be fortified with other vitamins. And so by the time they're done overly processing their milk, it's almost good for nothing. And that's the case with all ultra-pasteurized and homogenized milk. It simply has killed not only the bad things that could potentially harm us in milk, but has killed all of the good components. And so we stay as far away from that as possible. And we distinguish ourselves against the A2 Milk Company or other companies by simply doing the low heat vat pasteurization, which I mentioned earlier. So just a few things potentially to recap. More nutritional components, more protein, more fat, more omega-3, more beta-carotene, more calcium, more vitamins A and D in the percentages that I've already outlined that you will also get in your training material. It's good to memorize those. You will also have in your training material the actual nutritional labels printed out, and you can present this to customers and they can see the difference between our nutritional profile and someone else's nutritional label. And you can continue to share the story of what makes Origin A2 Guernsey milk unique, especially as it compares to glass bottle milk, organic milk, or the A2 Milk Company milk. There are unique points of differentiation between Origin A2 Guernsey milk and any other milk on the market today. So as you go out there and you engage with customers, know that you are giving them a product that stands alone. It's truly unique. There's no one else on the grocery store shelf that can compete with this milk. It is a high quality milk that mirrors, genetically speaking, nutritionally speaking, the most natural milk that we as humans should be consuming. And it's something that when compared to any other option on the grocery store shelves, it's just unparalleled and unmatched. You have a high quality product, you have a really great story, and now it's about getting that story out. And I'll encourage you as you engage with customers to know that when customers taste our milk, 9 out of 10 times they will indeed say, wow, that tastes different. And that's because the rich components within the milk, from the fat to the vitamins, the nutrients, the beta-carotene, give it a very rich and robust mouth feel that tastes different than any other milk, and different in a good way. When people try our chocolate milk, the reaction is usually, wow, that's amazing. That's like a chocolate milkshake because of that rich, full flavor. Don't forget that with fat comes flavor, and that's not in a gross way or in a weird way. The good fat that is found in whole foods like a whole milk really add not only to the taste and flavor and mouthfeel, but also to the nutritional richness of the milk. That's it for this video. We'll come back with some additional frequently asked questions and a demo. Have fun and enjoy demoing and sampling Origin A2 Guernsey milk to your customers.